Hey everybody, welcome to Off the Top Rope here on the Off the Mic Sports Network. I feel like it's a regular occurrence for me to talk about on this particular segment about the AEW ratings, but considering I had a very heated, AEW Dynamite review after all of the crap, and just that was a terrible show on Wednesday night. It looks like they're getting a TV deal done. I think Tony Khan has effectively, busted open on SiriusXM that it looks like we're heading towards. He's confident that it's over with, and it's going to get announced. I would expect that 5-year anniversary to probably be around the time where they announce this deal. Maybe they announce it at Grand Slam. I don't know. But we got to talk about these ratings because it's about what I expected. But the narrative that's being spun by AEW fanboys and a lot of people in the media who just continue to ball wash Tony Khan and tell him everything's okay. You're getting all this money. Congratulations. Woohoo! You accomplished everything that you wanted. Okay. So AEW, let's do this. Let's break this down here. So they did 687,000 for Wednesday's Dynamite. 687,000.22 in the 18 to 49 demo, which is the most important demo that you're going to do. Compare that to last week's edition. They were at 716 in terms of viewers, 716,000 and a 0.21 in the 18 to 49. So they did go up in 18 to 49, but they went down in viewers. And here is all that you need to know about the state of AEW Dynamite and the state of this company. They did 687,000 and a 0.22 in the ratings this week. NXT the night before, 677 and a 0.21. So they did 0.01 better and only 10,000 viewers better than NXT. I love NXT. NXT is still a developmental brand. They're starting to present it in a much better way, and there's a lot of interest, and that's a testament to Shawn Michaels and what they've done. And go watch my video on this channel about how I think that NXT is going to surpass Dynamite. Look, there's not a doubt in my mind that CW launch is going to outdraw Dynamite because they are loading that show up. But I would point to October 8th because Dynamite is going to be on Tuesday. They're going to do a Title Tuesday thing right up against NXT as well. Because I think there's preemptive stuff. I think it might be I think it's playoff baseball that's going to be starting. So that makes a ton of sense. Maybe it's my Cleveland Guardians. I have no idea who has the rights to AL and NL this year. I would have to look that up. But I would point to October 8th, that show in St. Louis, which a lot of people are making fun that they had to move out of the Enterprise Center and they moved to a much smaller venue. But Randy Orton's facing Javon Evans, which is a big deal. And there's going to be some other stuff that I was assumed be announced for that as well. I think there's a tag team match with A-Town Down Under taking on Fraxium. So there's already some good stuff being announced for that October 8th show. So I would expect that the first two shows of CW for NXT will outdraw AEW. And that is a problem because I don't think that people on the AEW side fully understand what's happening here. They are so locked in. Hey, we're getting this TV deal. Let's dunk on everybody who said that we were doubting. I was maybe fooled into a little bit of a lack of reality where I thought maybe, AEW wouldn't get that second television contract. But let's get real. They were. Warner Brothers Discovery's losing the NBA. It made sense. But let's get real here. Just because you have TV dollars now doesn't mean that you are a successful wrestling company. You have to, at some point, look into what the issues and look into these numbers and these demographics and the ticket sales numbers and the merchandise sales numbers and evaluate to yourself saying, man, is what I'm doing really working? Because my problem with AEW and a lot of their fan base is they're trying to just dunk on WWE like it's been a competition. This has not been a competition for about 3 years. And you can tell because so many people on the AEW side that were maybe casuals are going away because AEW has failed to evolve. And Tony Khan's solution to anything is, hey, I'm going to pay all of the best people, buy all of them off from New Japan, buy off Mercedes Moné, and book her in the worst creative that she's ever been in her entire career, harming her legacy. And most of my cornerstone characters have not changed whatsoever either. And then you're giving Chris Jericho 20 minutes of television time right off the bat. Look no further than that. Like, I don't care. I don't care about, hey, you guys got a television deal. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. I want you to do well. But now it's a matter of what you're going to do to fix the core issues of what's happening with your company. And when you are only beating NXT by 10,000 viewers, NXT is going to a new network. They are bringing in new talent. There is now a report that the Motor City Machine Guns are going to be on NXT. The Lucha Brothers are going to skip NXT and going to go to the main roster. The Lucha Brothers were on your show, and you didn't do anything with them, and they're going to the other competitor. So before you start saying you're where the best wrestle and you're signing all of these other people to your company, look at these numbers, because I swear to God, I see so many posts from like Dave Meltzer and Drainmaker, who I think is, honest to God, a Tony Khan just, burner account. Because they're praising, hey, we finished second on all of cable behind Gutfeld. First of all, Gutfeld draws almost 5 million viewers on Fox News every weeknight. I'm not going to get into the content of the show because I don't like that show. But the fact is, if you're glorifying yourself saying, hey, we finished second on cable with 680,000 viewers to a show that's going to easily outdraw you at 5 million viewers, and you look at where Raw was, Raw this week was at 1.5 million and nearly a 0.5 in the 18 to 49. That is against Monday Night Football. If AEW was put in that spot, they would get obliterated. So my advice to AEW is stop lying to yourself, because the reason why I get so frustrated with all these disappointing numbers and these declining trends is because they have so many talented people that could prevent this from happening, but they do not change anything. They do BS matches that have no relevance to the show. They have weird gimmicks that are not going anywhere, that are just speaking in riddles. Their main event scene, go watch that video here on the channel. Their main event scene is a debacle. Their best star is Hangman Adam Page, and he's feuding with Jeff Jarrett. What are we doing? What are we doing? And then we're giving Chris Jericho 20 minutes off the start of your show, which is easily the most watched quarter of your show, because you get the Big Bang Theory lead in, and then everybody in the fan base is just patting each other on the back saying, woo, we finished second on cable. We finished second on cable. We did just a great number in the ratings. Guys, you were doing 800,000 a year ago. And woo, we're getting a new television deal. Oh man, great. What are you going to do with it now? Because if you don't change anything, that number is going to keep dwindling down, and dwindling down to the point where NXT is going to regularly be beating you in the ratings. And I would anticipate before the end of the year, that might become a regular occurrence if things don't start to change. Because you are seeing that none of these new wrestlers that they have brought in, all these big names, Ospreay, Okada, Monet, Ricochet, they have not made a goddamn thing. They're going down. They're going down. Because the owner doesn't want to take any criticism whatsoever. And from people like me, I want this place to do well. But stop lying to yourself and stop keep trumpeting up these like fake triumphs and saying we finished second. Who the fuck cares? You weren't going to finish higher than second. Because you weren't going to even be close to what's in first. The fuck is this, man? Like, I get sick and tired of, feel like I'm talking to just nobody. But I want to keep doing these things because I feel like it's important to, the vast array of the wrestling fan base to understand that, hey, just because these guys are saying stuff that you don't like a JD from New York, who I admittedly, he drives me crazy too. But he had an insane rant after Dynamite on Wednesday to the point where he's wondering, hey, where's all this storytelling? Where's all of this? Where's all that? He's absolutely fucking right. Because if you're going to keep doing shows like the 2 hours that I saw on Dynamite where there was really next to nothing happened, you're going to keep losing viewership. And that number is going to go down from 680 to 675. And you're going to be behind NXT. Because NXT is going to beat you. NXT is going to beat you in the CW launch. And then I would watch October 8th. Because that's going to be a big time day in the world of professional wrestling. Does NXT win head to head? Because at least in the first week, it's going to be, hey, they have different time slots and whatnot. when NXT and AEW are going head to head on the same night on October 8th for that Title Tuesday and also that second CW NXT show, what does the wrestling audience choose? Because if it's NXT, and we'll see how by how I think they will choose NXT, by how much, hopefully that is the kick in the dick and the kick in the nuts that Tony Khan gets to realize I need to change. Because if that's not the case, I don't know what the fuck is. Because no amount of television dollars is going to change what you are doing with your product. You need to have better creative, because they are not restoring the feeling, and that's what they've wanted to do. And you're bringing in all these people, and it's not changing anything. You can't just throw money at problems and try to fix it. So I hope that this NXT launch and like those 2 weeks in October maybe open the company's eyes to, hey, we need to change stuff. But seeing the way that this fan base and all these people are glorifying some of these terrible creative decisions, you guys are just as big of a problem to this as Tony Khan. Because nobody wants to tell him he's wrong. Because everybody wants their media passes. Everybody wants to, be buddy-buddy with him. Be critical of him. Be critical of him. Because you guys want a better wrestling space like me, right? I want it to be good. I want people to work. But I also want the television to be good. Because I love wrestling. I love consuming wrestling content. But when it's like this, that is bullshit. Okay? All right, so thanks everybody for watching Off the Top Rope. Obviously, we'll have SmackDown. We'll have SmackDown on Friday night. Review for that. And obviously, a lot of great sports content, NFL and college football as well. All the perfect blend here of sports and sports entertainment here on the Off the Mic Sports Network. Until next time, I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.